What is going on, fellas, and welcome back to the Director of Football, Journeyman. Today we play 2 games against Kazimierzyni and Bedorj. I'm just going to call them KFC because that's what their nickname is. That's what they come up as for a lot of things. So KFC is what we're calling them. They're semi-professional. Interesting. They're doing quite well for themselves, things that are semi-professional. They managed to win 3 games this year. So, good for them. Since you were here last, we have been on an absolute tear. We beat Guillemot 2-0. It's a pretty spicy game. Then we beat, at the time, top of the league, Niergazhaza Spartacus 1-0. Delightful. Then we beat VAC 5-1. Absolutely pummeled them. It was Fernandez with a goal. You know, ex-player Patrick Poditz got one. But that was just a consolation goal when we were up by 2 when they scored. Then we beat Vashkash 2-0. Again, Fernandez with another goal and Kleber with a penalty. Then Budafok. I think that was the first game I played after the update. I updated the game in between these two. And 3-0 after 9 minutes. We absolutely boshed them. Then we played another game against Chisharashke. Beat them 1-0. Right winger, Jabo with the goal. Only managed 6.9 after scoring. And then we just won a game against DEAC, Debrecen. Debrecen EAC. 2-0. It was much more difficult than it needed to be. We did rotate squad with 2 centre-backs in that. Well, Varga doesn't normally play. He's kind of a third choice centre-back. Popovic came in for that game. And Argilen came in as well. So, and you might notice as well, Alessio Mazzanetto. That's right, lads. We've made a signing. Oh, no, wrong one. We've made a signing. The Director of Football went out and brought in Mazzanetto on a free after he was released. Nobody has left since. He's not played a whole lot. He's managed 3 games total. He started that cup game. That was his first start. He's 2 substitute appearances. And he's out injured. So, that being said, this is how we line up today. We have Polyak in goal. Donjerski and Krokobabic starting as our wingbacks. Tot and Fernandez as our centre-backs. With Fugete, who is on an absolute tear of form. He is destroying people. Watch him be terrible in this game. With Kleber alongside him. Shabo and Kiss as our wide men. With Lorenzi behind the mask. Let's get into the game and see how we do. I'm expecting this one to be not necessarily domination. But I'm expecting it to be a little convincing. I do love when you can say the media have been giving you a lot of praise. Anything to do with the media, the players love it. So everyone's motivated or happy, let's go. They are playing a very defensive formation. I still think we have the ability to break them down. Fugete puts it in. Nobody gets there, but Shabo picks it up. Loses it and then picks it back up. Gets it across. Fugete. Was that... Please tell me he hit... No. Okay, he just hit that really far. Is that's Urban. That's our Urban that we had a Termál. Oh. I remember it like it was just yesterday. Came straight back into a highlight. Fantastic. Kirkobabic. Going for a marauding run down the left. He had the last game off. Manages to get past his man. Lorenzi. Kirkobabic. It's gone in off the basket. He's offside. How was he offside? It was because it went out to Kirkobabic. Kirkobabic was offside. God damn it. There's a bit of a storm on outside as well, which is delightful. So, all the more reason to be inside playing Football Manager. Fernandes, I've never seen a fullback or a centre-back put such a good cross in, but that was quite nice. We are going to demand more. We should be doing a lot better than we are. They've had one shot. We've had 8. Only one clear-cut chance, but still. Fuguete with the corner. Across, Fernandes doesn't quite get there. Clever. Back to Fernandes. Back to Clever. Fernandes. Across to Fuguete. Chabot back to Fuguete. From distance, Fuguete, 5th of the season. Yes! He has been such a good player this year. Last season he was a little... when he arrived, I wasn't sure about him. But he, himself and Clever, have formed quite the partnership this year. They have absolutely dominated midfields. It has been so nice. And it's not as if you can say, like, oh, it's the Brazilian flair. Because Clever has, like, 2 flair. Chabot gets taken down. It's a penalty. Clever steps up to take it with his 2 flair. And he boshes it into the bottom corner. 3rd of the season. So it took us a little bit of time to get going in the first half. But we've managed to do it. 5 minutes before the end. Scored our first. And then continued to do so convincingly. Give the lads a bit of a motivation. I did assertively say to the defence. They didn't really give a shit. We are going to make a little tactical tweaks. Kiss has been absolutely non-existent in this game. I'm going to swap the mask to be pressing forward as well, just to give him something to do, because he doesn't seem to be getting involved all that much. Also, assistant manager, again, not really doing much when it comes to, telling the players to do anything towards opposition players. Fuguete gets the cross or the corner in. Fernandes doesn't quite get there. But Toth back to Kirkobabic. Dunjierski. Chabot runs into the box. I'm going to say that was a cross, because I don't want him to say that was a shot. Dunjierski, the mask doesn't get there. Fuguete. Cross gets blocked. Dunjierski. Cross to Clever. Fair enough. I did not expect Clever, of all the players, to shoot from that kind of angle. I did not expect Clever to be the one to do it, but fair enough. I really put his foot through it as well. I'm really hoping that the mask would continue his good form as a complete forward. It looked like Kirkobabic was going to throw the ball into the crowd. Decided against it. Lorenzi, I was going to take him off and all. I was just waiting for this highlight to finish, and I was going to take Lorenzi off because he was very quiet in this game. He just goes and scores a goal. So 4-0 up, 65 minutes in. That's not too bad. We're going to bring on Argelayan. We're going to take off Tamash Kiss for Nandor Tamash. And we'll leave it at that for the time being. See is there anyone we need to take off a little further into the game. Somebody might need a rest at some point. Give the lads a bit of praise. Dunjierski. Big throw. Nobody's there. And now KFC are on the break. And looks like they're going to lose the ball. Yep, Fuguete gets it to Urban. Argelayan tries to close him down, but he doesn't get there. And now KFC break again. Kiss. No. Polyak not having any of it. Oh, Shabos picked up a knock. We don't have don't really have anyone we can bring on from. We could take Dungierski to play as the winger. Shabba is going to come on or come off for Varga. Yeah, we give Varga a run for 8 minutes, 7 minutes, plus whatever stoppage we get. And it looks like KFC are going to try and score here, unless we can stop them. Be nice if we could keep a clean sheet. No. Kiss somehow doesn't score that. That was their second clear-cut chance. We've had 2 clear-cut and 5 half chances to their 2 clear-cut for 26 shots. Tough. Varga clears. Argalian doesn't quite get there, but Dungierski picks it up and the highlight ends. Alright, well, that was quite a convincing 4-0 victory. Nice victory, well done. Assistant had nothing to say for himself. The assistant manager is a bit shit, to be fair. It's not ideal. I'd like an assistant manager who's going to get involved, but you know, they're calling him a box-to-box midfielder now. Just interesting. He has had quite the jump between August and October. Just rocketed up to almost 5-star current ability. Do you speak Hungarian yet? He is basic Hungarian. That is fantastic. Classy Fugete on form. Let's go. I don't know. I can't remember if the Mask had made his international debut before the last episode, but he's played twice for Hungary now. Made his debut in a defeat to Moldova. Yeah, beaten 1-0 by Moldova. But the Mask made his debut and then scored in a draw against Cyprus. So, you know, Moldova ahead of Hungary in the UEFA Nations League. Not ideal. They could still, in theory, win. Yeah, they could still win the whole thing if results go their way. They're not going to. But they could. It could happen. We just have to wait and see. It's later this month. But yeah, we'll be back in just a second for the game against Bedouros, who are the bottom team in the league. We just beat second from bottom. Now can we beat an actual professional team this time, who have one of our ex-players in Heffler. Yep, Heffler is one of our ex-players. Can we beat them as convincingly and pull an even bigger gap at the lead, which I'm pretty sure I didn't show you. Yeah, we've got 6 points over second place, which is delightful. Spartacus have now played a game more than us and 2 games more than the team just above them. They've only got 26 points. If only we didn't lose that game right at the start of the season. That's very disappointing that this could be the only blot on our copybook for the entire season. We've had 2 draws and 1 defeat. And then we're going to have another defeat in the cup here. We're not going to beat the best team in Hungary. Probably. Right, we'll be back in just a second for the Bedouros game. So don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are. Right, fellas, we're back now for the Bedouros game. So let's hope we can continue the good run of form we've been in. Same team that started the last game? Yeah, I've moved Tamas Kiss to be an inside forward on support rather than attacks, if that makes any bit of a difference. And the Mask is going to play as an advanced forward instead of the complete forward, because like you saw in the last game, he's been a little ineffective. He has his moments where he turns into an absolute world beater when he's a complete forward, but he just goes missing for far too long. I'm just hoping that this slight change is going to make a difference where he gets involved a lot more. And Heffler came out and said that that he is out to beat us, which is interesting because he's terrible. And I don't think he's actually going to be able to follow up on what he's after saying, but we shall see. It's not going to happen. He's he's a terrible, terrible player for what we have at our disposal. The mask. Tactical genius. Make him an advance forward. The man scores. Bish bash bosh. Bish bash bosh. Bish bash bosh. Going from a complete forward to an advance forward. I did consider playing him as a pressing forward, but how the keeper didn't save that, I will never know. Oh, we're not even 2 minutes in yet. We've already got another highlight. Is this going to be a game we're going to have 7 or 8 goals? That would be nice. Heffler gets the block on the ball, but we keep it. Forget it. Lorenzi, clever. Get in. 2 minutes in, we're 2 up. Oh. Is this going to be total domination? I think we're going to press them. We're also just because of how much of a bitch he was, we're going to make sure to hack him hard. You know? I'm actually going to man mark him as well, just to be that little bit more of an annoying bitch. We're just going to man mark him. So Dunjerski's basically just going to go in hard on Heffler constantly, and I will accept if he gets a red card for it. Kirkobabic gets cleared, forget it, it's pinging all over the place. I am being just a smidge petty with the fact that Heffler decided that he wanted to come out and say, I hate rugby players, it's such a bad man. Bitch. Shabo, 3-0, 27 minutes in. We gave him a little bit of respite. 24 minutes without scoring a goal. But we're doing the business on them. I know they're the worst team in the league, but you know, you had it coming. This is also the game where if we win, I think we break a record for the most consecutive wins in this division, which is interesting because is it most consecutive wins or most consecutive undefeated? Lorenzi, it's 4 before halftime. This is I'd forgotten how much fun it was to win games. Because at Lombard, Pápa, Termál, which I suppose we've not had that long actually where we weren't winning lots of games. I think the last time we really suffered an amount of defeats would have been our time that we never speak of in Iceland, where we didn't win a single game. But I think this is definitely our best run of form so far, and I'm really enjoying our time at Dorogi. It's been delightful, and the fact we almost survived relegation last season was... I didn't expect us to even get remotely close to surviving when I took over. I was expecting to be worried about relegation the minute we took over, and then we started winning games, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is a good team. Heffler almost gets an assist, but thankfully he doesn't. They've started the second half a little bit better. The mask picks up the loose ball, or the clearance, and Bushy gets it rid. The mask tries to get the crossover but doesn't, and they've cleared it, but we've picked it back up. Clever to Kiss. Oh, from distance, Tamas Kiss hadn't scored in, oh god, it feels like weeks, months, years even. Well, it's not been years, because this is his 4th goal this season, but it's been a long time since he scored a goal. We're 5 up after 56 minutes, and Heffler is getting kicked. I think it's fair to say Heffler is getting his shit pushed in. Give the lads a cheeky bit of praise. Fugete crosses over. None of our players go after the ball. And now Horvath is through. And Poljak decides he's not going to let that one in. Poljak has been probably the best goalkeeper of this series so far. Fernandez heads clear. And they still control the ball, but it's gone. Everyone bar Fugete from our midfield forward has scored so far. Gonna bring on Varga for the remainder of this game. The mask, take him off, just give him a bit of a rest. Let Argelayan have a run around. And speak Fugete, bring on Mazzinetto. Our Italian-Hungarian box-to-box midfielder is going to come on for the final 17 minutes. I hit the man more instead of praise. There is a way of stopping that. Just go to tactics. Click this button, discard all changes. And then praise. See? You learn something new every day. So if you make a mistake with a shout, you can always just do that. Stops it from happening. It's as if you'd never shouted at your players in the first place. And to be fair, I think we probably speak good Hungarian at this stage. Surely we speak good Hungarian by now, because we're 3 seasons in. Mazzinetto! Yes! I take off Fugete. Mazzinetto comes on. Mazzinetto gets himself a goal. All we're missing now is Argelayan to score, and everyone from our central midfield forward will have scored. And the only player who's played in those positions that hasn't scored today will be Fugete. But I don't think Argelayan's going to score, because he's not been as good as I was hoping he was going to be. But Lorenzi with a hat-trick of assists. Well done. That was a fantastic win. Lorenzi. Performance was pleasing. That was a delightful victory. Well done, my friends. We are 5 points clear at the top of the league. We have played the same amount of games as the team around us now. Lorenzi, you were fantastic. Superb in front of goal last time. Good job. And when are we going to come back is an interesting question. I'm glad you asked. I think because we have a bit of a gap, I think the transfer window, if I'm not mistaken, closes the day before the Zalgiris game. I'll just check that actually quickly. No. Rules. 14th of February. So yeah, it's 2 days before that game. So we will come back for these 2 games against Zalgiris and Soroksar, unless, of course, our transfers are vast, and then we'll just come back for the Zalgiris game. But it should be an interesting one. If things are still going as they are, it'll be a top of the table clash between ourselves and Zalgiris, which will be interesting. Hopefully we can beat Ferencváros in the cup and make it to the next round. Don't think we will. They do expect us to make it to the quarterfinal, but I think if we lose to possibly the best team in Hungary, last year's champions, been a relatively dominant force themselves in Videoton, been dominating the leagues for the last 7-8 years. I think you could say getting beaten by them, not the worst thing in the world. They have been beaten twice this year. They got lost to MTK. Oh, they lost to MTK. And Ujpest bottom. That's interesting. Right. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends. The fact that we absolutely dominated today, scored 10 goals in 2 games, I think that deserves a like. Yeah. I took a couple of days off from recording because I wasn't feeling all too well. To come back and score 10 goals in 2 games. Oh, I have missed this series. 126 fans showed up to this game. 22 of them were our fans. Wow. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, like I said, thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!